Welcome back everybody to some more BeamNG.Drive Cardurance. Today we're taking a look at a new map called the DTD Proving Grounds. My UI's off. I can show you real quick. Just so you can find it. You just found it recently, you just will have to search it in the mods here, but yeah, DTD Proving Ground. And we will be taking our good old original 3 from when we first started on the other tracks around, plus the Charrier, because it's a lower level Vivas, just because I really like the car. But, quick little overlook of the map. Now, start offline, bunch of little jumps and bumps and such, some curves and potholes, which for some reason, these potholes are no material, but they are still potholes. Have a little rocky run down by the river. Some more suspension tests as we come around to another bigger suspension test. And then we have a little bit of very careful dodging. This is a chicane on speed, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I've only got the spinners at 50%. Because at 100%, if you just get barely nicked by it, you're screwed, while at 50%, they're still challenging. And will allow you normally to still drive away somewhat. But then we've got a curve with more speed bumps, a couple more curves, nice little jump over rocky rough land, and another jump into a little dirt rally-ish section. Whoop. With a pit with warning crest, warning more crests, and back to the finish line. So, oh, that's the wrong button. We will be starting off in, we have to get through everything, in the good old Covette. Oh, why are you backing up? Because my controller hit a button. But yeah, we'll be starting in this little girl. Okay, we're lined up at the starting line, might as well get it going. I'm going to be leaving these vehicles all in automatic drive for this, as I take them around. Not going to hold back too much on the jumps. I mean, this is about pushing it as hard as you can around this course, so... Although here I do need to slow down to make that turn. This is a front-wheel drive, I think. 3 of our vehicles are actually front-wheel drive, so as more damage is dealt to the front end, the worse off the drive and steering both will become. Which is the unfortunate part about a front-wheel drive vehicle and these sorts of things, but it can still be quite interesting as well, and I always overshoot that corner a little bit. Nice little jaunt through here, not hitting the right speed to go through that, but now after all these punishing hits to the steering wheels, you gotta be able to make it through there, which, yeah, you have to slow down to do, of course. It is a chicane. Oh, kinda cut down a little bit. We have lost our bumper now, that'll be a little debris. Not very likely to get hit, though. Ooh. Keep her under control. Oh, sorry. Got my mouse on the screen now. But, yeah. Car is handling this pretty well. But then again, it's not able to hit some of this stuff at the highest of speeds. This thing, for being a little front-wheel drive car, it does drift decently nice. It just doesn't quite have the power to do long drifts. Oh, we have got the radiator with that. So this thing is now a ticking time bomb that makes it hard to see. It's actually handling those crests there a little bit better than I thought, although that didn't sound too good. And our front right tire is now wobbling like crazy. So we smashed over those speed bumps. And we have completed a lap. Yeah, starting to not handle stuff quite as well here. Turn back around. Both front wheels no longer looking the prettiest. It's bottoming out on every little jump now. Probably going to bottom out on these potholes. Yeah, a little bit. Not wanting to exactly steer the best. The right front is so off kilter now that it's bouncing along, causing it to lose grip and spin. That's kind of interesting to watch. I guess the left tire is doing it too when you turn. Oh boy. Getting a little unruly there. Does it still have the steering for this? Oh, not really. I was cranking it right there, but we took a hit. Oh, and that just ate our front right tire. That is the cleanest blowout of a tire I've ever seen. And right now we're now about... Oh. Is that supposed to be the... That's the tire. So the tire's still there, it's just invisible and bouncing around like a maniac. Oh boy. Let's get the bumper out of the way. Just plop it down there. And let's try to let this thing continue, but not exactly in the best shape. Can't even see the left front tire unless it's turned all the way backwards. Yeah, not quite making the jumps anymore. We are hitting the airspeed needed to keep going. Although, oh, huh, thank you. Got rid of that door so we can actually see the left side. Yeah, definitely not getting much speed, which is unfortunate for the car. Actually, I don't know if it's unfortunate or more fortunate. Oh, well, we're losing more power. Barely keeping above 20. Not more catching a little speed, but the, for the big jumps, yeah, less fortunate. You hit at awkward angles, don't get the right speed. For all this littler stuff, it's really nice, because look, barely caught air there, although it canted weirdly. But this thing will probably be dead quite soon. I think it's weird canting just depends on, yeah, where in the spin the invisible tire is at the time. But this car... Oop, I didn't... Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. Let me get steered to the right. Car has now made it 2 laps, though, along this proving ground. And I do run it different now than back when I first did the episodes. I am going to be leaving the cars on the track, since this computer can handle it, because, I mean, it's supposed to be a competitive thing. I'm assuming that being controlled by actual drivers, they're going to want to sabotage the other people if they are unable to continue. So, we're just going to leave them wherever they die. Not pull them off to the side or anything. Once one person's run is over, that is when the next person's would start, which this car has died right there. Kind of an unfortunate spot, because if you want to take the corners fast there, this is where you end up. And this thing is bouncing around like crazy. Let me see. Yeah, what if I just... There we go. You can flip out elsewhere tire. There we go, we'll have a randomly roaming tire. But on to the next vehicle. We have the 2.0 liter V6 Pessima Sport. That... Why is it not wanting to go? There we go. Drive wouldn't work. We'll pull it up to the line, and its run will begin, starting a little bit in front of the line. But let's go ahead and get it started. Now this car will have the Pessima, not the Pessima, the Covette, to dodge, and it has to worry about its own performance as well, which, oh, it's already rolled. Oh, that tire's not very good already. Okay, for that impressive two-wheel moment, I'm going to give this car another go at it because I really don't want to be dealing with driving that with a canted tire from the beginning, but the downside of it is it's now starting at a higher speed, so it's going to hit all this higher. There we go, it took those jumps straighter. That's a lot better. Dodge around the Covette. Ooh. That area is oddly grippy. You would think with having water over it and being smoother stones, it would be a lot slippier, but... And I do have another track that I kind of want to do Cardurance on, but it hasn't... Oh my word, it has an issue with it where there's a section that has wind, and pretty much any car that isn't super low to the ground and traveling at a very high speed just gets blown off the course. So I'll have to see about that. But that will be a thing for another time as we try to get as much speed as we can for this big jump. Ooh, not the smoothest of landings, but not terrible either. And we have to watch out. I think some of these bushes are actual tangible objects, or touchable objects. I think that's the right word, tangible. But nonetheless, besides losing its tail lights, this thing doesn't look too bad. Okay, yep, that one's touchable. I was trying to turn as hard as I could to the left, it wasn't turning. Our bumper's a little screwy, and now our right front tire is definitely messed up, as well as our windshield, but besides that little mishap, it's doing decently well. Oh, radiator's leaking at the exact same point. I may have to start actually slowing down a little bit for that. But these would probably get it anyway, so I don't know. As we ramp, trying to make as many speed bumps as possible. Oh boy, this thing's losing control a little bit there. We'll just carry that on into here. Barely kept it on that ramp. It is not wanting to handle the way I want it to anymore, which isn't much of a surprise as we roll and give a nice little tackle to the Covette. Oh boy. Oh no, that right front tire is about to pop off. Yep, front right axle broken. Come on, turn left. If you can't turn left, you aren't going to continue. Okay. Well. I can't even get the damn thing to go in reverse now. Let's put it into realistic just to force it into reverse. I want to see if this car could make it any further. Which I doubt because right front tire is not helping any. I was actually surprised it was... Yeah, I can't turn left. But nonetheless, we'll have it parked on the track a little bit. So it's a little bit in the way, but yeah. It only made it one lap, which kind of unfortunate, but I mean, I started off with these cars in the first one because they were ones I didn't figure would make it very far. I figured they'd be a very good baseline, so it's kind of what I chose them, but Next we have the police, which I'm actually going to reset. And ESC is on this thing, which I'm going to turn off. So it can prove itself. Well, less so that it can prove itself, more so I can drift, but nonetheless. Get a nice flash and blues here. Handling those first jumps pretty nicely, besides the airtime it got after the second one. We are losing our bumper, but besides that, this car is taking the early stages of the beating quite well, although we just lost it there, and that is our rear tire. All sorts of foobard. Probably be best if we get that tire snapped off, but for now, we're dealing with it. Oh boy. May actually... yeah, here we go again. May actually end up having to turn ESC onto sport. Losing control. Oh, that's a very unfortunate place for this thing to go. I could not get it turned. And it's dead, right in the middle of the chicane. Lovely. I'm looking forward to our next car, the Cherry Vivace. Oh boy. This is going to be difficult, and as with the other one, we are turning ESC off, which I don't know why they have to use a different color combination for it. But we'll start off here. This thing is a lower model, so it's not the fastest. And it's not the Torgax, so it's got a lot lower suspension. It's more of a sport type vehicle than Torgax crossover. I did choose this version of it because I figured it probably wouldn't do as well, but sometimes these things surprise you. Let's... oh, kind of slid off of it, but let's not lose control over those and tear our rear tire up. And I forgot to reset this thing, so its temperature is really cold. So it's spewing smoke like it's has engine damage, but really it's just warming up. And now here is the challenge. Yeah, that didn't work. Gonna have to actually build up a little bit of speed, which will cause damage to our car. But if we can clear a path, it's worth it. The thing is just barely being scraped by the hammer, or the spinners. But we have made it through it, and we are now continuing on to the dirt section. Ooh, nasty little bounce there, but overall this car isn't doing too bad. Could have grabbed one with a little bit more power, I think, but oh well. Should have also chose a little bit brighter of a color so I could see damage on it better. If you would please turn to the right. Oh, yep, that just, that did a hefty on our left front a little bit. Lost our bumper. Oh no, we didn't lose our bumper. I thought we lost something. I might just be losing it. Or we might have hit someone else's bumper, but nonetheless, we're going to charge out over here, try and get over as many of these as we can. Oh, we don't get over very many of them, so it's almost better to slow down for that with this car. I should have picked one with a little bit more power. Oh yeah. Street versions, oh, that's off to the side. Street version's getting a little bit low in the front. Cutting corner a little bit, but it didn't pay off very well. As we end up in a spin. Oh, navigation's in there. Does navigation actually work on this? No. No, navigation is very much not working on this map. As rear end slides out. Oh. Oh, that might have been what we... No, we have that one as well. Whee! I've got a little ankle breaker. I'm about to have an engine breaker if we keep smashing like that, but surprisingly this thing's radiator is still just fine. Took a couple glancing blows. First one, I was just a little bit too far to the inside, trying to make sure I didn't clip the ETK again. Which I think I forgot to say that was the ETK, I think 800 police version. Or Policia version, but... Oh... Little moment there. Getting a little bit bouncy. But... we have completed one lap in this. We are getting close to a second. If we complete 2 laps... Oh, I've been keeping tally marks over here. I can't now, but I'm already unsure if the, Oh, this is what we lost. What did we lose? Oh, it was a rear bumper. Yeah, I think the, Corvette did 2 laps, but for some reason I'm wanting to say 3. I have it marked as 2. But if we complete this lap and make it past the Corvette, out of this little grouping of the cars, this will have done the best, but oh, I wasn't sure the engine was going to survive that. But it's still trucking along, even though it's pulling off to the left weird, and we've still got our ankle breaker over here. We can swing out and take out someone's ankles. I heard something clinking around there inside. That was a nice sound. Yeah, this thing is not looking good. Turn to the right, please. Turn to the left now. Yeah, and to keep me honest, I do have the things down in the right-hand corner for steering, clutch, brake, throttle, parking brake. But there are times where I will mean to go one way, and for some reason my brain just doesn't listen. It's like, no, go into danger. Or my hand doesn't listen to my brain. There are times where it's like, I want to pull away from this, I'll turn towards it and then start pulling away. But nonetheless, we are through the Spinners of Doom again, and not handling anything the best anymore. We are nearly dragging our front end on the ground. Part of the bumper is on the ground. Because we can't build up much speed at the moment, this is gonna hurt a bit. I am surprised this thing is still chugging along, though. It's like, I know it's a nice car, but come on. The front end is dragging. And that's a wall. Did that just... I think I just straightened out my left wheel. What the heck? Oh, whoa. Oh. Now my left front wheel is dead. Okay. Well, it was obeying me. And now it's not. Yeah, because I could turn left now. I can't. So, I guess that's the end of this car, and that's the solid bush. But yeah, it made it the furthest out of this group of cars, although really in hindsight it didn't make it all that far, there's going to be cars that end up going a lot further, and some of them may surprise us. But that will be all for this episode. The Charrier made it the furthest, followed by the Covette at 2 and a little bit lap. Then the Pessima making it over a lap, and the ETK dying very quickly after looking really good at the beginning. Oh, that's another solid tree, but I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day.